So this first slide, actually a central character in the cybernetic space, his name is Norbert Wiener, and he was sort of a child prodigy and taught for many, many years. He was a mathematician at MIT. During World War II, he started to develop the field of cybernetics around making calculations for armaments and missiles, the trajectories, which is a very complex calculus, and then eventually became involved in developing systems that led to the first systems of computing. And then later on in his life, began to somewhat, as many of these scientists do once they've created these things and seen the repercussions, question where it was going. And so I think, especially given my background of the wrench in the gears, this is a very interesting cover, The Human Use of Human Beings. And this book was originally published in 1950. And I think at this point, Norbert Wiener was seeing where things were headed in terms of automation. And I would say generally was coming from the frame that there were many wonderful opportunities. I guess maybe I mean, he wasn't a communist, but that like the super luxury like automated communism kind of model that everything was going to be automated and we were all going to be freed up to live our best lives, and this was great. Only there might be some small hitches on this, so that we should be cautious about. And then I think as his life went on, he became more and more cautious about how things were going. But I feel like in many ways that the framing of the human use of human beings, where human beings are embodied communication, that's now being channeled into social media, is sort of an apt framing for what we're talking about. There are some humans that are using the rest of us humans to accomplish a certain end. And perhaps if we all were equally informed of what the program was, so that our base of knowledge wasn't disproportionate and we all had an equal voice, we could come to some good resolution. But I think for the most part, people understand that, the tech sector and then the finance sector that underlays it has a lot of insidious power, and most of us don't quite understand how it all works. So it's very hard to feel in control of the systems.